challenge that you see responsibility. Yeah, just like you can understand once you have like responsibility, maybe someone to feed a baby, and then you're sometimes the people close to you, they're also expecting like must do this and that, you see.
Welcome once again to another Motivational Maniac Podcast episode. It is yours truly, the Maniac. Go by the name of Thando Nkonyana. We greet this one again in the holy name of Shiva. We're thankful for the higher power and for the strength and also capability for giving us in order for us to continue with the concrete jungle journey. In my presence, I have a good brother of mine, Arthur Maveneke. To those who have tuned into the podcast while it was an audio journey, many of you have heard this young man, very intelligent and also outspoken individual in terms of his outlook, but finally he has joined us for the video revolution, and it's been an honor and a pleasure to have him, and we continue the journey. So Arthur, for those who don't know you, because they are now seeing you in the face, would you mind just giving us a small intro before we get into the nitty-gritties of what this episode is going to be about?
Okay. Welcome to be on this podcast for the second time again. I go by Arthur Maveneke. I think last time I was here, it was maybe 2 years ago. When was it?
Yeah, probably 2 years ago.
Probably 2 years ago, yeah. It's Arthur Maveneke. Or sometimes in music you can hear it's like Yung Sosa. Maybe you can see the pages tagged for Thando.
Of course. Maniacs, we're going to be just touching on a lot of things on this episode. This is going to be into 2 segments. So we're going to start off with the first part. My good brother, first of all, thank you for giving yourself an opportunity for you to be here. I know how busy things can be, but this has been my intention to actually have you on the show. And I've told Jeffrey, shout out to Jeffrey Nyamucho, also known as Jeffrey Cartier. Check out episode 17 of season 8 and 18 as well. Check out his journey. He's been on the show. I'd appreciate if you can tune in, tap into his social media as well. That's an upcoming artist, a brother of mine, and I highly appreciate the fact that he also got an opportunity. So our first part is I just want to understand like how the hustle and the grind has been for you, my brother.
Speaking of now, yeah, so in the grand, yeah, everything been better as such. Like, once you start hustle, it's mostly difficult at first when you're starting. But once you get the main factor, especially like in business, if you can, by time you can start to see what people like and what people desire the most, yeah, the hustle can be a little bit tried. But for now, it's been going better. I can say like, there's bad times, but for now they're hustling like, yeah, just thank God, like everything is, yeah, it's like it's working out. Like, if you in business, let's say like working, if you look at it, like focus on a lot of it, like this is my business, what do I do? Like you can start to see the trends, like, okay, people like this, they like that, they like this. Then you won't predict like the future, but you'll be able to, it's like increasing your chances of success. So for now I can say like, yeah, it's been better, because when I was here 2 years ago, yeah, it was worse. Like I was just starting, but now by the time goes on, yeah, just thank God, like it's getting better.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like the ups and downs that you are facing, and it's something that I iterate a lot.
Yeah.
Especially like offline when I have normal conversation, to see that because we live in a world where people can mask it as if, okay, this success is this way. You're seeing the outcomes of that. No one sees the inner work that you actually have to put in, the difficult days. And like you're saying, 2 years ago, it was quite a different aspect and to what it is currently right now. So it's all about trial and error as well.
Yeah.
Because it can be so easy for you to project the success out of things, because remember, we only seeing pictures and videos of the outcome of that. No one sees you and how some days you just don't want to get up. You're asking yourself, hey, what kind of day am I going to have? What success is going to come?
It's gonna come, yeah.
And also on my side as well, in terms of the hustle and grind, it's been dry,
Yeah.
but the belief doesn't stop, brother, because those hard times are actually testing times.
Testing times, yeah.
And I like the fact that you have to be always a self-start machine, and I talk about that a lot in my motivations as well. And many maniacs who have tuned in up until this point are well aware that I am a broken record. There are certain things that I always say over and over and over again, because the mind is like that. The more you repeat something, the more it starts to stick.
Yeah.
You see, instead of me just shooting for the stars and just hoping, oh, I hope on that episode it actually landed.
Yeah.
But also with our work, because to me, I see me working a 9 to 5 as a means to fund the dream. Everyone has a dream.
As a dreamer.
And for us not to look down upon what we have currently as a grind. That's why I respect the security guard, the cleaner, as everyone is on their grind, you see. So on my way up, I'm very conscious of respect that person. Don't see yourself having the mindset of thinking your job is more important than the next person, because everyone has different hustles. So I'm just using my hustle and grind, and also as a means to find the ultimate career of what I am doing currently right now to make it a success. So thank you for just going into that, even though you didn't go into detail about it. And as we jump on to the next thing that I just want to know, in terms of the challenges that you are facing, because you said that sometimes it is dry, and that's the roller coaster of life. Things are not going to be good all the time. So can you just depict what challenges actually stand out for you? You know, every day this is what I deal with. But these are the most things that I'm actually standing up to say, you see, this actually stands out from everything that I am facing.
Challenges. There's been a couple up and down in the life, but mostly my challenge is that you see responsibility. Just like you can understand, once you have like responsibility, maybe someone to feed a baby, and then you're sometimes the people close to you, they're also expecting like must do this and that, you see. But mostly see those responsibility, I've been trying like to mostly like me or my babies, there's something more, like I can say, like mostly my challenge is like what I consider most of my challenge, if it's coming from that side, like it can stress me, like sometimes you want to be with like stay with maybe you and like family like forever, but sometimes it don't come that way, it goes another way. You try to reason, but mostly I just pray. You see, I just pray like maybe God for the challenges, like lighten up so that I can. But mainly I'm my responsibility and my family. But I can say my baby, it's like most of the time what I live for mostly, like it's my beginning. I ain't nothing much. Then there's also been that thing of like, your mother is more love for your child than you. It's like, even if you want to be with, like, okay, I'm gonna, then there's that thing of like, you are still also a child, like, she must be this side, But overall, I've been trying to, there's been a lot, even in work, a lot. Plus, you see, this year I've been seeing like mostly battles like challenges I've been like winning, but now I'm seeing like there's another like you see in life like challenges become more difficult like when they come from your close. You see, like people from outside, if they do wrong of like they don't want you to do this, like you can skip it. Like you can just say I'm gonna ignore it. But
And it's coming from your
when it's coming like around, like when you
loved ones.
yeah, like when you grow up, like you start to you have a circle that you can put like, okay, uh I'm grown up. Maybe this is my circle. I'm not gonna exceed like these people. I'm just gonna maybe stick here. Those I'm gonna exceed, maybe it's gonna be business or maybe something that's gonna make us go up, but not like it's like yeah, you can have other people you communicate to, but you have like a circle, like okay, my things sort of like my life, what I want, maybe I can just communicate with like these things. You see. Yeah, then there's been like it's get difficult when you get pulled from close, you see, like that's what I can say, like those are the like biggest challenges. Like it's another I didn't expect like, a better from within. You see, it's not like from out, it's like from within, you see.
Some within. And it's always those close ones that have that
You see, but
pressure that they always trying to put on you as well.
yeah,
And my brother, I just want to remind you that I think that the higher you aim,
yeah,
the more difficult it's going to become, because you spoke about how sometimes you wish the problems or maybe the difficulty can get less.
yeah.
And one of the motivations I always listen to in the morning when I am actually preparing for work is that don't wish it was easier, wish you were strong.
You were strong, yeah.
Yeah, so challenges, those are a guarantee, but
Guarantee they're gonna come.
yes, and the higher you aim, the more difficult and the bigger the dream, the bigger the challenges, the bigger the obstacles. And also you have to always find yourself in a place where you are battling yourself, most importantly. Before you can even battle these people. Because to me, I don't ignore what they say. I don't ignore what they're reminding me of. But all in all, I do take into mind, but at the end of the day, the last decision lies on me.
Yeah,
Am I going to use that? Because sometimes I always say that even the person who doesn't want you to succeed, listen to them as well. Because what they could be saying could be very vital to your journey as well. For you to remind yourself, you're actually not as good as you think you are. You are not as capable as you are. But once you start to become honest about that, I think now you start to have a little bit of power. You know what? I still have a long way to go. Because at the end of the day, one thing I believe in is there's a certain time that whatever happens is supposed to happen to you will happen. It's like me feeling jealous of another man's success, and yet I'm not focused on my own. You can see the outside, but then do you ever think about this thing I'm jealous of? What if I get it and it's not what I want?
it's not. Yeah,
So we can be preoccupied at looking at another person and say, oh, I wish I had what they had.
but yeah,
You're only seeing a tiny speck of what they are going through. You don't see the entire
the entire
picture. You don't see the struggles, the sacrifices they have to make. Maybe they're lying to themselves.
yeah,
Maybe they're putting up a face because it takes 2 times the amount of pressure. And I always say to me, the reason why it's taking long is because you're not lying.
yeah.
You're not cheating people out. You're going the honest route.
Like the straight way.
Yeah. So it just comes with the journey as well. And to me, my biggest challenges have been me battling the complacent me.
Okay, yeah,
See, being around things and they make you seem like the sacrifices you have made don't amount to anything.
yeah, like they don't matter. Like, yeah, that's what I like saying. Like, you cannot react, but that thing is gonna be in your mind. Like, maybe you don't show them. Like, okay, but it's gonna happen. Then you're gonna take note. The mind is like, if something happened, maybe don't choke, but you're gonna say like, this thing happened. Then you're gonna process it. Like, you're gonna think of it. That's why I say like, it's gonna make you think for. It's like it's not a battle like for outside. It's like me versus me.
Of course.
Like it's kind of like your your body trying to tell you like those actions that you did, like maybe like, yeah, it's because maybe you do some things out of love, then you think like, okay, it's gonna be all love, is then it doesn't go that way. It goes the other way around.
Yeah, it's like expecting people to have kind as the service as to reciprocate. And I always alliterate this as well about my first team leader on my first job. He says, expectations are the mother of all fuck up.
So yeah,
Expect people to love you the same way them.
yeah,
Expect them to reciprocate the energy that you give into them as well. Just give it
yeah,
because you know that that is the person that you are.
yeah,
If you don't get it back, that shouldn't matter at all because at the end of the day, the universe is listening. I always think about that as well. Like what you put out there, you're going to get back. So within, so without.
yeah.
So that's also a battle that I'm also like trying to fight against myself because now I get mad because I'm like, why are you not showing me appreciation? And
Yeah,
too, like the appreciation is like clap for you, but you don't clap.
don't clap. Yeah, it's like that thing give you confusion. Is that the boring part? Like they're gonna confuse you, like seem like you are wrong. Like it's like to confuse you. Like you say that like you yeah, it's like gonna get you confused, like not know where you are standing. Like okay, is it this side or is that side? But I've been pushing this side, you see. But it's like people now they just say like
But to me, I'm actually glad these things are happening,
mm,
Arthur, because when we move on to the next thing that I want to discuss,
yeah,
all of these things are linked to an identity. Because remember, you see yourself as a certain person that does certain things.
yeah,
And then when you are met with situations that challenge that, those challenges are obviously going to make you want to doubt that. You see, am I too motivational? Am I too much? Should I retreat back? Am I asking too much? Am I doing the most? Because my battle on a daily basis is I feel like I'm not putting enough content out there, even if I'm putting content,
yeah,
you see. So for someone else, it's a different battle. But that is always linked to our identity. And remember, our identity changes all the time because our value system doesn't stay the same. Yeah. Like the 5 years ago, me, the guy that used to smoke weed, that used to drink and do all those kind of things, he had a different set of values, you said. And now, obviously, I had to outwit those values. One of the books that helped me was Atomic Habits. So
yeah,
I had to replace those destructive habits with constructive habits, you see. So it obviously, when times come and it's hard and you think, oh, people are having fun and you think they are having fun,
yeah.
but in actual fact, they are not having fun.
Family,
They're crying inside. So to me, that is why I start to value solitude. At the end of the day, now you sit in your hyperbolic chamber and you're listening to your thoughts. That's why meditation is important to me.
Yeah.
It's a time where I don't react to my thoughts, but I just
You just like
acknowledge them. Yes.
just see them like just noticing your door. It's like you are seeing it on a screen, but you're doing nothing. Like it's just
Of course. It's like,
seeing how your mind works.
yeah, it's like you are standing at the sidewalk of a freeway.
Yeah.
And all these cars that are going up and down are your thoughts.
Yeah.
So you're not interacting with any of those thoughts. Just thoughts, they come and go because I have to remind myself of the mantra that Sadhguru says in the motivation, I am not this body, I'm not even this mind.
This man, yeah.
So we shouldn't identify ourselves with any phase of our life because everything is temporary, brother.
Permanent.
Nothing is permanent.
Yeah.
Life itself is not permanent. So those are moments where when we move on to identity now, we start to talk about, okay, how is this person that I am identifying myself as benefiting me? Is it preventing me from actually going up or is it constraining me?
Yeah.
Because you talked about that, you said the biggest criticism and the biggest judgment comes from the people that come are in your inner circle, your loved ones. It would be your mother, your brother, and everyone else who has an idea of what you should be doing.
Yeah.
In your shoes.
Yeah.
You see, so I try to take it not personally. And I think about this book, I need to listen to that audio book again, The 4 Agreements. Take nothing personally.
Okay. Yeah.
That's one of the 4 agreements. Another one is always do your best. And a reminder that your best is not going to be the same again. And all of that.
Yeah.
And this boils down to self-belief, brother. Like, you need to be the only one that sees what you want work.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter whatever anyone say.
Yeah, opinions are only someone's version of their truth.
Yeah.
Because remember, they are an observer.
They're talking what they're thinking in their own mind.
Yes, they are an NPC. You are the main protagonist. Remember, you're holding the pen.
Yeah.
You're holding
Everything.
Yes, you're the artist. You are actually crafting your life as you go. And one of the things I've seen in the business world is that you learn as you go along.
Yeah. The more you in that career, the more you learn it.
And I love that. I just love that about my job. Some people, some of my colleagues, they would be in complaint mode and they ask me, "Are you the only one who wants to be here? Looks like you enjoy your job." I'm like, I have to, because I chose to. This is my suffering. And we forget that anything in life that we don't want to change, we chose that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you choose it.
I chose it every single day. And I have that young baby girl who's sleeping over there, who I'm thinking, oh, she's going to want McDonald's, she's going to want all of these things. And I don't want it to be deprived of her childhood because now I can't do A, B, and C. So if I have to suffer to ensure that she makes it, if I have to suffer so that the future version of me can be able to bear the fruits, even if it means I eat noodles an entire day, people will be eating all of these kind of things. But I think about Kevin Hart's joke. I'm not sure which stand-up comedy he was talking about. Stick to your own financial lane.
Yeah.
You are not a basketball star. You don't have $100 million contract. You can't be balling like that, nigga.
Yeah.
Wanted to play Ace of Spades and all of these things. Stick to, if you can afford Smirnoff, you drink Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Don't be concerned about having NSC and all of that, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to sit with the problem and say, I was balling, but hey, look at me now.
Now I am down. Yeah.
Rather. And I just want to also like move on to what is your description of what self-belief is? Like, what would you define as self-belief? And if you can think maybe of a scenario that you had to remind yourself of, you know what? I have to believe in myself now. That is when you saw, I'm alone in the, because you're alone with yourself all the time.
All the time, yeah.
When you leave here, you're going to make a decision. Am I going to go left? Am I going to go right?
Am I going to right?
It's always associated with choices. But in everything we want to make a success, self-belief is one of the fundamentals, brother.
Yeah. The situation.
Yeah.
I believe mostly like, I believe more in myself, but it's like God first. That's what I can say. Because I believe like, firstly, if you put God on top of everything, then you do your best. And then you put God first. Yeah. I think like, because you see, another time I was thinking there in Philip, like, it's like where I work, it's like this the other side, like where there's a table and then this other side in the middle of the road, you see.
Yes.
It's like maybe 5 months ago, I used to stand there like selling days. Then that time I was like, I like now fast forward on that place, like I put a table now, you see. Then I'm there. Then another time I was thinking like, hey, all this time, like I was thinking like I could not make it to put something here, but now it's like just a reminder of yourself, like when that thought comes of something, like never doubt it.
Of course, because progress
It's like yourself maybe telling you like, okay, this we can do it, you see. Like maybe it's yourself reminding you like, you can do it. Like just like in life, like some situation after they happen, then you can say like, hey, I overcame this situation. I should have just believed in myself more when I went in that situation. Because it's like now that situation is already gone, like it's done.
Yeah, you've overcame it.
You've overcame it. Like if I was just gonna like go forward, like just say, okay, I'm gonna just tell God like this and this and this, and then me, I'm gonna try my best to do this and this. then just focus on it. That old time, like it was gonna come right. But then maybe you delay like, but I've been noticing most like self-belief is the most important thing above all everything. Like belief, I think belief, yeah, belief is what makes everything. Because in that belief, that's where comes hope. Like if you believe, then you're gonna hope tomorrow will be better. And then when you hope tomorrow will be better, it's then your mind making positive affirmation like, okay, tomorrow is gonna be better. It's like it's gonna give you a positive energy for you tomorrow or the other day. Like you're gonna have a positive tomorrow before you even go, rather than thinking the other way around. That's why, like I say, I believe firstly, I believe in God. Then secondly, I believe myself I can do best. I don't like to put myself on top because sometimes me, I can fail. So if I put myself first and I fail, it's like I'm gonna write on my record like, yeah, I failed this. But if I put God first, I know that God will never fail me. That means it's like it's never gonna fail. But also me trying my best also. But firstly, like those two things, I think if just have belief, some people, I understand they don't pray to God, but like when I say God, I don't mean like Christianity where I just believe like, oh, that thing is one, either a higher power, a supreme being. Yeah, like it's
Have all different ways to thought if they relate to.
yeah,
But I
like
get you, my man.
see, like if you grow up in those regions, you're gonna see it's one thing but in different names.
Of course.
Because if you try to break it, it's gonna be see like Christianity. I have a problem with it. Like they say you are wrong. Like then I ask them, but you are supposed to learn the word. Why?
Actually, not talking about dogmas right here. I just want people to actually take that into mind. That we are not actually talking about any form of dogma
Or what? Yeah,
or religion that, what would you say, organized religion, but we are just relating to the higher power.
like see the supreme. Yeah, like a higher power above us. Yeah. Yes. So I believe like if we have that higher power, like a supreme being, where you put your faith in, then you also try your best for what your focus, like your goals, your plans, and everything. Like everything is planned. Like how you gonna do it? I think you can go. Anything is possible.
Of course, man.
Nothing.
See, when you talk about self-belief,
Yeah.
um, I think about where I started
Yeah.
with that phone that I was given.
Yeah.
And for me not to look on the outside to say, I already have this, must just use it to my advantage. Yes, it was at that moment. It feels like you know that feeling when you're walking into a dark room, you don't see anything, the lights are not on.
I don't own. Yeah.
But then we still have faith.
Yeah.
See, we put that faith in the higher power. And I didn't even see that Shiva was actually like an acknowledgement of everything that I did before I actually did, because I had to involve Shiva in everything that I do.
Yeah.
And most importantly was, you know what? You just need to start, my man. You're going to be bad at first. Going to look like a fool. You're going to be stupid, but you must start.
Yeah.
And this is when I was like, okay, open that recording app, the phone, and start recording my man. Yeah. You have this conversation on a daily basis. And you know how I see God? I see them in the people that are in my life.
Yeah.
We think God is someone sitting in the sky, sitting with a book there answering us. No, we are all gods.
We are all gods on earth.
We
Yeah.
are all gods on earth, because what He is capable of, you're also capable. That's why we're in the power of creation.
Yeah.
As we are creating this, we are doing this right now. And in within me doing that, you gain confidence every time. You gain confidence. I don't
Every
know
time we do is
this person said, I did not fail. I just found 1,000
in
words. Didn't work.
yeah, I think it was that guy for Bulb, Thomas Edison. Yeah, like people are thinking,
And I'm always asking myself, what if this guy, he took 999 attempts and on 1,000 try, the light bulb was invented. What if he gave up on the 300th try?
there was never gonna.
It was never going to be a light bulb.
Yeah.
So experiments, most importantly. Experiment, because we are scientists. The world is your lab.
Yeah.
You must just experiment, brother. The experiments are gonna fail. And all the things that succeeded today that we are using right now,
Yeah.
there were many, many failed experiments that actually led to the ultimate thing. So now I started to, like, you know what, you can do this, brother. And every time I failed, yes, you become hard on yourself, but
Yeah.
the higher self is like, go again.
Yeah. But see, looking at where, like, even you, like, where you are now, I think also in your mind, you're thinking, like, hey, where I'm coming from and where I'm now, it's like, it's right that time there, like,
I have evidence to show the shirt, right? I'm looking at that young man. Look at that young man over there. That is mean greatly. And I'm like, brother, we're doing it for you.
yeah,
Are we doing it for you? Because I had to be there in order for me to be here.
yeah,
And to me, like I always say, like, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. They are yours. That's confirmation that you are moving forward. Yes, you might not be succeeding at the rate, because we have a different version of what success is
yeah,
when we want to make things work, and then we fail to acknowledge the little ones. I'm a present father, but I'm grateful for that.
yeah,
I'll do anything to make sure that my child is happy, even if it means I sacrifice my own happiness, because I saw my own mother struggle. She was going through the most, but she ensured that, you know what, my kids are going to be fine. And I'm going to be there for them. I'm going to ensure that in everything that I do, I always project my love towards them and make them realize that it can happen, it can happen, it can happen. And every moment I win, I always think about what would she be thinking of me.
yeah,
I know she would be proud, but my mother, she was sly in a way where she doesn't tell me that I'm actually good or she's proud of me. I would tell other people would tell me,
yeah,
no, mom, your mother was raving about you and how my child is doing all of these things and
yeah,
all of that. And then that would bring a smile, because it made me miserable. I'm like, how come my mother doesn't come to me?
yeah,
And hearing people, yeah, you are smart, you are all of these things, but I'm like, why am I not hearing it from this woman?
yeah,
Right up until obviously, like, how I see God. You see God in
yeah, in people.
yeah,
Yeah,
and people will come and say, yo, brother, the way your mother loves you, in the way your mother is your biggest fan. Maybe she doesn't show you. Then that is when I realized, you know what? It matters, bro. Like, what you're doing does matter. And slow progress is better than no progress.
yeah, one step at a time.
Okay. So talk to me about your artistry, my brother. You last time I met you, we're not Yung Sosa. Now all of a sudden, Yung Sosa, I'm seeing you on social media. Is music right now.
Right now and stuff. Eh, Uh, what I can say about music is like, shout out to Jeffrey Cartier. Like, my cousin Jeffrey is the one, like, who has this dream of being an artist, you see. So me to my is the one, like, which I who gave me confidence of, like,
We can actually do
you
it.
can do this. You, like, you see this thing, let's just do it. See,
Let's just make it a real.
let's make it, yeah. Because me, like, I wasn't expecting, like, I love music a lot, you see. But you know that thing of, like, you are not expecting, like, maybe in some future time I'm gonna be singing. It's like you are just thinking, okay, maybe me, you just listen music just like how other people, like, listen to music. But once I met Jeffrey, see, then he said, my brother, start rapping, you see. You can see, like, hip hop mainly, you can see those young ones. It's like hip hop is like going fast, and it's like you can make money also in it. That's another thing. But once I saw, like, having, like at our house we record people, see. So sometimes people are coming in my presence, then they are making music, recording. Jeffrey sometimes is recording, you see.
Yeah.
So that's where, yeah, that's when you start to have a mind of, like, okay, I can also do this thing. Because it's like, when people are talking about something, it can be difficult for you to grasp it in your mind, like, it's simple. But then when it's done, like, action, like, it's done, now you can see, oh, it wasn't something much difficult, but you just have that confidence because you're seeing someone doing, you like, okay, yeah, this thing, like, you can do it. But yeah, it's Young Sosa. That's where it's come from. And even mostly if you check most of my song I've been with, like I've been featured on Jeffrey music. Me, I have some song that's gonna be released, but not yet now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
still.
He's cooking something. He's cooking.
But like it's Jeffrey's the one like who just gave me like the confidence of like, okay, this thing, like, because when he came here, that dream is then like, not that time asking, why can I buy this? Then you are talking like this, there, you see, then everything now comes into a piece. You can say, okay, okay, there is a mic, there is a beat, there is a computer. Like, what's left now is us. Like, if you miss it,
Yeah.
it's like now everything is in front of you. Like, what excuse are you gonna have now? So you don't have any excuse now because it's like, okay, everything is here.
Yeah, I had this.
Yeah, you see, and now,
Exist. Everything is in front of you.
yeah, because only it's like a fear trying to slow you, but yeah, I'm into music. Yeah, plus I don't want to lie, I like music a lot. You see, like if you notice it, like people who know me, they know that like I can just sit in the room alone, maybe listening to music, like maybe 5 or a whole day I can do it, like not even talking to anyone, like
You're just absorbing.
just listening, like again, yeah, or maybe again, like if you emit a negative energy, you can hear me. I can just put my earphone like one time, like just ignore them. I'm gonna listen, or I can turn up the volume. Like, yeah, it's like the way I view music to me, it's like it's someone who's talking about his experiences, and there is a sign of more confidence because it's like someone who's talking about his experience live. Like it's like, let's say a big artist, it's like you're telling maybe 7 billion people like, me, I feel this way and that and that and that and that, is not even care about the criticism, or like
Because you own it.
you own it. Yeah, you see.
Owning it. And I always say in that sense, brother, that there's nothing they can do to you if you are the one telling it. You see, yeah, you're the one who's putting it out there. Like I've told many people, yeah, no, I come from a shitty background. I used to do A, B, and C. So now if you're gonna come and spread shit on me about what I did, I know that I can't let that affect me because it came out of my mouth. Other than someone presuming that maybe because he went through this and this and this and this. But
Yeah.
in terms of your artistry, I'm actually proud of you, brother, because you made the leap.
Yeah.
You made the leap. You always said that you had music in you, but maybe, like you said, if only you had this, and then that only came.
Yeah.
Yes, and then now you started to see people do it, and you were like, okay,
Eh,
the same thing I was doing as well. When before I even started motivating people,
Yeah.
I listened to people motivating Eric Thomas, Les Brown, and all these motivational speakers, Zig Ziglar, Julio Robbins. I listened to all these people. I'm like, bro, I can do this. I can.
Yeah, it's like you get that confidence, like when you see them, then you're gonna, like if someone is doing it, it's not impossible, like you can do it also. It's like a motivation of like inspiration. Yeah, that's what I can say, like just giving you the power of like you can do it, you see.